Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here, Friday, March the 31st. Wow, we've already come to the end of another month. Whoa. So the first reading is from Jeremiah. In distress, Jeremiah raised his voice to the Lord. O Lord, you have enticed me. Other translations, you tricked me or seduced me, and I was enticed. You have overpowered me, and you have prevailed. I have become a laughingstock all day long. Everyone mocks me, for I hear many whisperings. And then a little further down, but the Lord is with me like a dread warrior. Therefore my persecutors will stumble and they will not prevail. So I came across this, I can't remember in what commentary, that because Jeremiah is very, very open with God. Like, you seduced me, you tricked me, you weren't open with me. Basically, it's like, you kind of didn't tell me the truth here. But maybe he's not going that far. But he opens his heart to God. And you see, God he doesn't condemn Jeremiah. Because what does Jeremiah say, in the next verse? But the Lord is with me like a dread warrior. And Jeremiah never refuses to do what God asks him. He just, at times, God knows the burden we experience as human beings. So I guess what I'm getting at is what one saint put it, that God takes a lot from his friends. And his friends are people like Jeremiah, like Isaiah, like Abraham, or Moses. And the New Testament saints like Teresa of Avila and Josemaria Escriva, do they complain to God at times? Yeah, they do. But it's not like a whining, I refuse to do this. But it's like, this is hard, and this is crushing me, and I feel lonely. The saints are very human. Old Testament, New Testament, doesn't matter. They're very human. And I think sometimes we forget that. We sort of elevate them to a status, that almost removes them from their humanity. So should you complain to God? Yeah. But don't do it in such a way. I would recommend, just be open and honest with God, I guess is what it boils down to. But let God know that, you want to do everything he wants you to do because that's the only way to be truly happy. But this is not easy. This is hard. And God knows that in your heart of hearts, you will do what he's asking you. But, you're experiencing difficulty. Otherwise, you're just denying the reality that God already knows exists. So open your heart to him. Just be honest. Just be honest. Okay, over to the Gospel of John, chapter 10. The Jews took up stones to stone him. Jesus replied, I have shown you many good works from the Father. For which of these are you going to stone me? They say, well, it's not for the good works, but you are only a human being and making yourself God. So they knew what he was claiming, right? And they pick up stones again, and he went away again across the Jordan to the place where John had been baptizing earlier, and he remained there. So you see, they cannot touch him until God permits them to touch him, until he permits them to touch him. So they will pick up, there are many instances where they try to seize him, they try to throw him off the cliff, right? They try to stone him, they try to take him in custody, and they can't, or they don't, because he doesn't permit it. And it's really important for us to reflect on these passages where Jesus is not worried about anything. And so we fret, we worry about a whole lot of things. But Jesus is not worried or stressed about anything. He's in total control of the situation. And that's why we need to stay close to him. Little children, if they get lost in the supermarket, from their parents, they get all of a sudden, they'll break down and cry. At least they did when I was a kid. I saw that a number of times. But once they find their parents, they're totally secure. That's the kind of image you and I can reflect on, that when we're near Jesus, we won't get stressed out. We will experience some stress perhaps, but we'll give it to him. We'll do the best we can. We'll work as hard as we're supposed to. Anxious. Many times we're anxious because we're kind of doing it on our own. And we need to stay close to him during all moments, but especially during these moments. So really try to remember this in your prayer, to stay close to Jesus at all times, but especially if you experience temptation, stress, anxiety, immediately go to prayer and experience the power that Jesus has all the time. God bless you.